My name is Kelsey Klotz. I am an assistant professor of musicology and ethnomusicology at the University of Maryland, College Park. When I wrote the book, when it came out, I was at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte, and the book is Dave Brubeck and the Performance of Whiteness. So the book is primarily archival research. There's some musical analysis, and the part that I enjoyed the most is the archival research. The Dave Brubeck archive is very full. It has a lot of materials. There are only a handful of people who've really explored the archive, and there are just a lot of really special types of materials there, and so getting to spend some time in that was really, that was one of the highlights in the process. The book itself is looking at how Dave Brubeck and everyone around him is sort of performing whiteness, and by that I mean how he is, how there are different modes of whiteness, there are different privileges, there are different actions and behaviors that are norms, that are just part of his life and his living. And also which are, regardless of what his intent is as an individual, there are sort of structures of whiteness also impacting the decisions that he makes as well. I hope that readers take away from Dave Brubeck and the Performance of Whiteness a couple of things. One is nuance and complication. Because this is a story, Dave Brubeck is sort of this almost like small, lowercase civil rights sort of hero. He does things that are good in the civil rights, like objectively good in the civil rights movement in that context. But at the same time, he's still, again, operating within multiple systems of white supremacy and white privilege, where he doesn't always get to control what he is doing. He doesn't necessarily have the language or some of the tools that we have now. And so I think there's a lot of nuance in his story and a lot of just, again, complexity to what's going on and how whiteness is an integral part of his story. It's not a simple story. The other part that I would hope that readers would take away is essentially kind of care. I think what happened as I was writing this book, it was a process, and it was a process of me coming to terms with my own relationship to whiteness, to white supremacy, to understanding the role of that within jazz studies and musicology and ethnomusicology more broadly. But it was a process that required a lot of care toward other folks, toward voices that have been historically marginalized in these fields.